Throughout this grand chapter, we have recognized many chapters and a number of individuals for their exceptional accomplishments over the past 2 years. I would like to ask all award winners, including our Rock Chapter representatives, and we had 20 Rock Chapters this year. That's absolutely remarkable. Back in the day, 3 or 4 was thought to be wonderful. We've raised the bar twice since then, and now we have 20. It's our top strategic imperative chapter strength, and the results have been very gratifying. So I'd like to ask all award winners, including Rock Chapter representatives, to stand now and be recognized. Thank you. And tonight we will recognize a number of individual brothers who have not only met their obligation to excellence, but whose record of service exemplifies the creed of the Legion of Honor. Tonight we will announce our fraternity's highest individual awards. To get us started, I will call upon Regional-elect Steve Ratterman to present our Collegiate Athlete of the Year.
The most significant factor, the most significant factor in selection of recipients for Collegiate Merit Awards is a demonstrated record of excellence in one or more areas of leadership, scholarship, talent, and athletics. Emphasis is also placed on involvement in extracurricular activities, dedication to Sigma Nu's ideals, contributions to the progress and development of the chapter, school, fraternity, state, and nation. I am honored to present our 2025 Athlete of the Year recipient. This year's recipient is an initiate of the Beta Upsilon chapter at Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. This young man is working on both his bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering and a master's degree in engineering management. He currently carries a 3.45 GPA. He served as his chapter's commander, alumni relations chairman, and a house manager. He is involved on campus in the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, including serving as the organization's treasurer. As a student athlete, he was selected by his teammates as a 2-year captain of the football team. His resume of accomplishments include the following: first team all-conference linebacker for the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference, Division III National Team of the Week selection, 2-time Defensive Player of the Week for the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference, and 2024 Rose-Hulman Football Defensive Player of the Year. Jeffrey Stanton, the defensive coordinator for Rose-Hulman football team, describes this impressive young man as follows: in my years of coaching and educating, I have encountered numerous players and coaches with talent and passion. Marshall, however, is at the top of the list. While other players may be happy doing the minimum or letting their teammates do just enough to get by, Marshall does not. He helps drive others to reach their full potential by pushing them on the field, in the classroom, in the weight room, and in the community. Brothers, please join me in congratulating Sigma Nu's 2025 Athlete of the Year, Marshall Koch, Beta Upsilon chapter at Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology.
Hello. This award means a great deal to me, not just as an individual honor, but as a reflection of the support, brotherhood, and values that Sigma Nu stands for. Being named Athlete of the Year isn't something that comes without the support of my Sigma Nu brothers. As previously mentioned, I am part of the Beta Upsilon chapter at Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. I wanted to give a little insight into my chapter and how I wouldn't be where I am today as a man and as an athlete without them. Of the 51 active members of my chapter, only 4 have not been a part of the Fighting Engineers football program. For all the number guys out there, 92% of our chapter has been involved with the football team at some point in their college careers. I mention all this because I believe that I wouldn't be standing here today without those guys challenging me, holding me accountable, and pushing me to be the best version of myself on the football field and in the classroom. Thinking back on all these moments, on the field, in the chapter house, late nights studying thermodynamics, or early morning team lifts, I realized something deeper. The growth I've experienced didn't come from just effort, but from listening and learning to those around me. And that brings me to the one piece of advice I want to share with all of you today. My advice is this simple truth, that there is something to learn from everyone you meet along the way. Regardless of their academic, professional, or physical status, we must have the humility to view every interaction as an opportunity for growth. This humility will allow us to excel much further than those who are only willing to learn from those of higher status. Humility is truly a major differentiator between good men and exemplary men. So my challenge going forward for all you here today is to find those pieces of advice and opportunities to learn in every person and interaction that comes your way. Thank you, and God bless.
Brothers and guests, our 2025 Talent of the Year is Lewis Waddell, a member of our Gamma Upsilon chapter at the University of Arkansas. Lewis is a talented actor with credits on stage, on screen, and behind the director's chair. Lewis has numerous acting credits, and they include theater productions of A Midsummer Night's Dream, The Prom, Trojan Women, and the 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. He directed a 10-minute show, The Heroic Age, and played a lead role in the feature film, The Space in Between. Sam Conine, the writer and director of Space in Between, describes how Lewis impacted the production. Lewis not only provided incredible monologues and intimate moments throughout the film, but also brought kindness and confidence to the production that reflected in the final production. Other actors felt inspired and comfortable around him, which led to some of the best performances of their careers. I attribute this solely to Lewis's ability to make people feel seen while still giving an unbelievable energy to the film. In addition to acting, Lewis is also an accomplished singer and musician on guitar, ukulele, and bass guitar. Lewis recently graduated with a 3.6 in theater and plans to move to California to perform in theater and film. Please join me in congratulating our 2025 Talent of the Year, Lewis Waddell from the Gamma Upsilon chapter at the University of Arkansas.
Hi there. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Thank you. Good evening, brothers and friends. Despite me being a theater major and doing this for the last 10 years of my life, I did not memorize my lines tonight, so that's okay. I am so honored to be receiving this reward today. Originally, when my pledge father, Gary Newton, brought up the idea of applying for Talent of the Year, I thought to myself,
how do I get away with applying for this without seeming like I'm super into myself? And, I don't know. Truth is, I'm not interested in being the most talented man in the room. But when I realized that my chapter, Gamma Upsilon, had never had a recipient of this award, it felt like something that was meant to be. It is a way that I can give back to my chapter in a grand way. This award isn't a pat on the back. It's a milestone in my career as an artist and musician, and I'm so thankful that this has become a reality for me and my chapter. If I were to share any advice with my fellow brothers here today, it would be to do what makes you happy. Do what makes you thrive, and let go of the pressures that fill your skull-sized kingdom. Continue to support your friends and family and what they do, because Lord knows I wouldn't be here today without the support of those people. Thank you so much.
I promise I paid attention, and it said that I had a couple of more awards for Steve to do, but obviously I was mistaken. I apologize. I will now call on Grant Treasurer Jason Lyons and Vice Regents Al Worster and Sean Christie to announce and dub the 2025 Alpha Affiliate Award recipients. All three of these men are themselves prior recipients of the Distinguished Alpha Affiliate Award.
In 1962, the Grand Chapter of Sigma Nu adopted a proposal by Brother Ora Baldinger, an initiate of the Alpha Chapter at VMI, to create the Alpha Affiliate Award. Brother Baldinger made a proposal based on conversation that he had with Founder Hopkins in 1909 upon the occasion of Alpha Chapter's second installation. Hopkins' request of Baldinger was, "Don't ever let Alpha die. Don't ever let Alpha die." Regrettably, not many years later, VMI abolished fraternities permanently. Baldinger then conceived of the Alpha Affiliate Award as a means of symbolically meeting Founder Hopkins' request. The program is designed to award an Alpha Chapter initiate number to the fraternity's top 10 most outstanding graduating seniors in recognition of their achievements. Before we present the 2025 recipients, I would ask any additional Alpha affiliates in the audience to please stand and be recognized. Thank you, brothers, and congratulations. It's now my privilege to welcome the newest class of inductees. You're familiar with the exceptional qualifications of this year's winners from the bios included in your Grand Chapter programs. At this time, I'd like to introduce the 2025 Alpha Affiliate Award recipients. We're blessed to have 9 of this year's 10 inductees joining us tonight. Recipients, as I call your name, please come forward and join us in front of the stage. And I would ask everyone to please hold your applause until all are gathered in front of the stage. Once they're assembled, we will dub each of them and present them with their Alpha Dangle and certificate. So here we go. From the University of California, Davis, Brendan I. Ball, Alpha 710. From Thomas Jefferson University, Tyler A. Bartman, Alpha 711. From Arizona State University, Stegner E. Bell, Alpha 712. From Texas Christian University, Lawson T. Ewing, Alpha 713. From the University of Alabama, Preston R. Ewing, Alpha 714. From Southern Methodist University, Jackson M. A. Gordon, Alpha 715. From Wofford College, James W. Moon, the fifth, Alpha 716, unfortunately is not joining us or won't be able to join us tonight. From Northern Illinois, Aiden P. O'Brien, Alpha 717. From Illinois State University, Jake P. Wagner, Alpha 718. And from Montana State University, Jacob C. Zink, Alpha 719. Gentlemen, congratulations on your accomplishments. We welcome you to your journey as an alumnus and look forward to celebrating your future success. So if you guys can line up over here. Maury?
Thank you, brothers, and congratulations to our new alphas. In case you were wondering, Preston and Lawson Ewing are biological brothers. Not only that, they're also twins. And not only that, Preston served as commander at the University of Alabama, and Lawson served as commander at TCU. And I think that's all pretty unique. But there are 8 other unique men in that group, and I don't mean to be inappropriate by calling that out. I'm just totally amazed about it. Next, we recognize our 2025 Scholar of the Year. This year's recipient is initiate of the Beta Upsilon chapter at the Rose Hulman Institute of Technology. This young man is working on his bachelor's degree in computer engineering. He carries a 3.96 GPA. He has a strong foundation in hardware design and embedded systems, which he plans to use in advancing radiation-hardened microelectronics for aerospace, defense, and other mission-critical applications. He aims to develop robust, fault-tolerant designs capable of operating in extreme radiation environments through innovative circuit design and testing. In addition to his impressive academic performance, he is also quite busy on campus, serving as commander, as social chair of the Lilly Scholars Network, as a teaching assistant for Java programming, grader for the electrical and computer engineering department, and assistant in the signal processing lab. Gee whiz. On top of all that, he's captain of the varsity football team and has twice been named to the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference's All-America, All-Academic team. He's also a member of Tau Beta Pi Engineering Society. I'm a graduate engineer, and that's a pretty high bar right there for that Tau Beta Pi recognition. Ryan Brimberry, Associate Dean of Students at Rose-Hulman, describes this impressive young man as follows. His work ethic is second to none. It shows both on the playing field and in the classroom. Not only is Jackson a strong contributor on the football field, but what is equally as impressive is the academic success that he has seen at our institute. Please join me in congratulating our 2025 Scholar of the Year, Jackson P. Navio, from the Beta Upsilon chapter at the Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology.
If I'm being honest, I never expected to win this award, but I'm truly honored and humbled to be standing here tonight addressing some of Sigma Nu's finest men and most esteemed leaders. This award feels like the pinnacle of my journey as a student athlete, and I'm incredibly grateful to accept it. Now, I know this is supposed to be about academics, but don't worry, my mom made it very clear that I'm not allowed to talk about computers or physics during my speech. And since she just got married last week and pushed her reception back to be here tonight, I'll spare you all the technical lectures and save those for my fellow nerds back at school. Instead, I want to talk a little bit about what's made this journey possible, leaning on the people around you. By that, I mean surrounding yourself with people who care about your goals, your growth, and your well-being, and allowing yourself to rely on them when things get tough. There's no value more deeply embedded in the Beta Upsilon chapter than brotherhood. For us, brotherhood is more than friendship. It's accountability. It's support. It's the daily push to become the best version of yourself. It's having someone to lean on during your hardest days, or in some cases, someone to take late-night walks with to the Circle K because they've got 2 for $5 deals and Rain energy drinks, and you haven't started that essay that's due in 6 hours. Marshall Cook knows a little bit about that. Over the past 3 years, I've learned so much from this brotherhood, and they've carried me through some of the most difficult moments of my life. One thing I've taken to heart is that there are 5 keys to success. Be where you're supposed to be, when you're supposed to be there, do what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, and do it to the best of your ability. My brothers never let me fall short of these values. So while my name may be on this award, it truly belongs to all of us. Thank you again for this incredible honor.
And now, brothers, Sigma Nu's 2025 Man of the Year. I'm honored to make this presentation. This brother has distinguished himself in all areas of leadership across his chapter, his campus, his community, and our fraternity. He is the epitome of the honorable mission and creed of our fraternity. This year's recipient is an initiate of the Zeta Nu chapter at Montana State University. He received his bachelor's degree in business management and political science with a GPA of 3.52. Before entering law school, He plans to work in Spain, teaching English through a teaching exchange program with the Spanish Ministry of Education. He held numerous leadership positions within the fraternity and sorority community, both locally and nationally. He served Zeta Nu chapter as Risk Reduction Chairman, Sentinel, and Community Service and Philanthropy Chair. For his campus IFC, he served as Vice President of Communications and as a member of the Anti-Hazing Task Force. In 2024, he was one of 4 collegiate members appointed as a collegiate advisor to Sigma Nu's High Council. On campus, he was involved with the Trumpet Guild and the Symphony Orchestra, where he served as section leader. He founded and led Stop Hazing Montana, a student club that worked with legislators to propose the first law to criminalize hazing in the state. He was a 2-term student body president for the Associated Students of Montana State, which included board member roles for the campus bookstore, the Museum of the Rockies, and Montana State Alumni Association. He was recognized earlier this week with the North American Interfraternity Conference's Undergraduate Award of Distinction. And earlier this evening, you saw him inducted as an Alpha affiliate. In nominating him for this award, Dr. Matthew Kerr, Dean of Students at Montana State, said the following: Jacob is simply one of the most outstanding and articulate student leaders I have worked with during my time at Montana State University. He is the definition of a servant leader, and he demonstrates honor and integrity during every interaction I have with him. Dr. Stephen Sinford, Vice President for Student Success at Montana State, said, in my 29 years working with students in my various roles at Montana State, I have never encountered a stronger leader than Jacob. He is highly respected by his peers, who recognize him as a leader with their best interest and welfare in mind. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming and congratulating our 2025 Man of the Year, Jacob Zink of the Zeta Nu chapter at Montana State.
Thank you. Thank you for the recognition of this award and the others. But I must say, receiving this award means more to me than mere recognition. It's a reminder of the people who helped shape, guide, and mentor me to this moment. Because the truth is, my presence on this stage, not just as a Sigma Nu, but as a recent college graduate, is unlikely. Neither of my parents had the opportunity to go to college, and the closest thing any of my grandparents had to higher education was military boot camp during the Vietnam War. Nevertheless, my parents, and specifically my mom, whose wish for me before she passed from cancer when I was just 6 years of age, was that I go to college and create something for myself and for my family. And now, as inspiring as that may sound, getting to college is only half the battle. Over the last 4 years, it was my brothers of Sigma Nu who mentored me, who challenged me, and walked with me along the way. And now I see this moment here tonight not as a finish line, but as a call to be that brother for somebody else. I remember when I was a freshman, it was the first fall semester and the first one after the pandemic, and our candidate class was the largest our chapter had seen in very recent memory, doubling the size of our chapter at that time. And now I remember it was the night of our candidate class selection. They took nominations for all the candidate officer positions, and at the time, only one man raised his hand for the position of president. And now this individual was certainly, without a doubt, one of the most popular and outspoken individuals of our class. So I did what any unknowing freshman would do and I raised my hand, nominating myself for the role. And needless to say, I lost. But it was afterwards that our commander at the time pulled me aside, sat me down, said, "Zink, I'm proud of you. Proud of you for stepping up. And I must say, I'm a little disappointed by the way it went, but here's a little secret. Real leadership in this chapter does not come from anybody but those who lead it from the back. It's about presence. It's about staying late to listen. It's showing up when it's inconvenient. It's being the brother who asks, how can I help? In essence, it's as our own Regent Gaston always says, showing up and doing good work. And that's the legacy I carry with me, and one I hope each of you will continue. So please do not wait to lead. Start now by investing in the people around you. This award is an honor, but the greatest legacy I could leave is helping the next brother start down his leadership journey just as my commander did 4 years ago. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you, Jacob. You have already begun your legacy, and we are very excited to watch it grow. Sigma Nu's Alumnus of the Biennium Award celebrates an alumnus with a singularly significant record of support, sacrifice, and selflessness for the Legion of Honor over the course of the biennium. This year's recipient has served on his chapter's House Corporation since 2020 and as president since 2022. In that time, he helped to transform not only the physical plant, but also the chapter operations. Through his leadership, the new chapter at Kansas has re-envisioned the House Director position by improving capacity to manage both the physical structure and the House upkeep. He also facilitated a major capital campaign of $4 million to renovate and enhance the new chapter home, the historic Stubbs Mansion. During his tenure, he launched New Chapter's inaugural Commanders Dinner, a networking and leadership program of past commanders that has become a worthy tradition for some of our strongest chapters across the country. In support of his award nomination, fellow House Corporation board member Rodney Beeler said the following: "Mark has done an outstanding job of reaching out and engaging on an ongoing basis all stakeholders in New Chapter. He is truly outstanding in including others while improving things across the board. He is also engaging others to ensure the improvements are sustainable over a long period of time. Through his process, Mark is ensuring the foundation will result in ongoing excellence, even after that sad day comes when he steps aside." For these efforts, he was recognized as Sigma Nu Fraternity's 2024 House Corporation Officer of the Year. And as you might expect of such an exemplar, he did not stop there. His leadership was instrumental in the chapter making its first ever group pilgrimage to the fraternity's headquarters in Lexington, a successful endeavor that the chapter plans to continue. His dedicated involvement with the chapter also coincides with their sustained run of excellence, confirmed by the Rock Chapter recognition with their 6th consecutive Rock Chapter Award this week. Fellow New Chapter alumnus John Brax had this to say: "Mark is the epitome of a Sigma Nu. His organizational skills, follow-through, commitment, and likability make him an invaluable asset to our organization." I echo that sentiment and want to extend it to say the fraternity is better because of Mark and his incredible contribution of ethical leadership. Please help me welcome and congratulate Brother Mark Musto of the New Chapter at the University of Kansas.
Brothers, friends, and family, I'm humbled and honored to receive this recognition. 50 years ago next month, I started down a path that at the time I had no idea the impact becoming a Sigma Nu would have on my life. My best friends are men who were my pledge brothers, and the friendship I've made through the years with other alumni and students, members of Active Chapter, are a very special part of my life. The lessons of love, honor, and truth I learned at Sigma Nu are ones that I've carried with me through my life. I'm sure every alumnus here today and those helping their local chapters to be the best they can be do so because of their love and passion for Sigma Nu, and that's why I'm involved also. At New Chapter, we're fortunate to have very strong alumni support from many brothers, and they're not just filling a seat, they're deeply involved in making our chapter the best we can be. My new brother, Bud Hinkle, would often say that a chapter is only as strong as its alumni support. As we've seen and heard the last few days, Sigma Nu is blessed with many strong chapters. Thank you not only to my new alumni brothers for their countless hours of work that they do, but to all of the alumni supporting their chapters as well as our national efforts. Collegiate brothers, we alumni get energy from you. We do the work we do to help ensure you have a great college experience and learn what it means to be a Sigma Nu. In your role as leaders, you have an opportunity to better develop your leadership skills, and thankfully, Sigma Nu provides the tools to do so. A couple of pieces of advice I'd offer for you as chapter leaders. First of all, learn to delegate. You can't do everything, nor should you have to. Ensure your officers and committee members are pulling their weight. Hold them accountable. Second, strategy is a commodity, but execution is an art. It's great to have big goals for your chapter, but without an execution plan, those goals will likely become nothing more than unfulfilled ideas. Third, when you run into something that you need help with, ask for help. Likely someone on your alumni leadership team has had to address the same challenge in the past. Help is always available, you're not alone. And lastly, after you graduate, please stay involved with Sigma Nu, either through your local chapter alumni leadership team or nationally. You are a Sigma Nu for life. Enjoy the benefits of that affiliation and start giving back to others and so they can reap the benefit and experience of your knowledge. Thank you again for this very special recognition. It means the world to me.